Mick, 1-1 draw against Sunderland 23s.
Yeah.
What do you think of the performance, first of all?
First 15 was forgettable. It wasn't great. We came up the traps a little bit slow. Obviously conceded the first minute by a mistake. But the response was decent. We kind of grew into the game without doing enough. It was a little bit slow. The movement wasn't great, and yet we still had a couple of chances. I think Tom had two headers from crosses. Spoke about a few things at half time with regards to how we kind of rotated in the midfield to get on the ball, because obviously Sunderland were pressing us and we were going long, which was disappointing. And we were maybe getting the ball once out of 3 or 4, which isn't good enough. But the second half was much better. Appreciate they were down to 10 men, but as professionals they were obviously very good at even playing with 10 men. But we took the game in the second half. It's pleasing to win the half. We were much better. We moved the ball better, a lot more purpose. Again, just probing in the right areas, trying to work it into good areas to cause problems, and I thought we'd done very well. The lads done very well.
You mentioned the calibre of the team who we were playing against today. Obviously, a few youth internationals for several countries as well in there. So, you must have got a lot out of today. Yeah,
I mean, I mentioned before, every game's a building block, and it's about us preparing for a very, very tough Super League, really. Good minutes into the lads. We were asked a lot of questions. That's us as a staff, the players, obviously as players, and between us we've got to come up with answers. And I thought we did very well. So it was good. We haven't had a weak pre-season game. Everybody we've played has been top end of the level they're playing at. And even the cup game last week against West Orton, against one of the best teams in the Northern League where we've just come from, so our calibre. So we've took no easy options. Tonight, a lot of people would expect that someone would kind of roll us over, really, because of the calibre that they're at. But we've done well. The response after a disastrous first minute was decent, and we've improved the second half, and the lads have done as was asked of them. So it's really pleasing, to be fair.
Tom Devitt got on the score sheet last week. Jack Donaghy comes off the bench to get on the score sheet tonight. You must be pleased for him to make an impact straight away, really.
Yeah, but again, that's the quality of the pass. I don't think Jack had to do a great deal. The pace of the ball was so good that Jack's run was great. He got in the right area and almost just let it hit him. But that's just, that's a good. He's good in the air anyway. He's solid, but the delivery was excellent. The fact that Tom's gone out with Mitch, took 2 out, opened up the space. And Jack's just had to make his run and basically just connect. I think Tom was very unlucky in the first half when he's connected with 2. He's probably tried too hard to direct them. Unlucky. But yeah, you've mentioned a lot of quality in their team. Some young internationals from various countries, and they were very good in the first half. They moved the ball really well, and we had to work hard to stay with them. Though they never really opened us up, we were still working hard to kind of stay in the game. The biggest disappointment was we didn't possess the football very well, but that sign of a good team is we can react and do what's asked, and we did the second half and won the half. We could have won that game. There were some good things happening in the second half, some good minutes, another building block, and I think there's only 2 more, 2 very, very tough games as well. Obviously Blythe have had a very good pre-season, and then Morpeth, who are above the level we're at, so we're reaching above ourselves again, but we'll learn things against those teams. We would learn nothing playing teams from lower down. That would be pointless, and if we did that, we'd be in for a shock game 1, game 2, and think, well, where's this come from when we're not producing? We're being asked the questions now, and it's given Kevin and I and the players problems and things to think about and things to deal with, which is good.